Hello, Year 12. We're back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be looking at credit cards. Now, what credit cards enable you to do is basically to buy things before and then pay later. This can be very useful, especially if you're running a business and you need to buy things, supplies, and you need help with cash flow. So you might want to only have to pay after you've got the income from selling something. So you could buy something, okay, and then sell something later and pay the thing that you buy after you've got that income, which can be very useful if you're running a business. So that's one example of a use of a credit card. However, there are a few things that we need to be careful of. Okay, now there's a few. So first thing that we need to be aware of is that the compounding rate of a credit card compounds daily. So we need to find the daily interest rate. Now that means if it's compounding daily, it's going to increase much quicker than, say, a home loan, which compounds monthly. So we need to make sure we're not buying too much on our credit card, because if we can't pay off our debt, that debt is going to increase very quickly and get out of control. So we need to make sure we can pay it off in the amount that we expect to without the interest increasing too much. So we're going to be using this compound interest formula again. That is, future value equals the present value times 1 plus the compounding rate, and to the power of n. In this case, n is the number of days. Now, before we jump into this first example here, we're only going to be looking at this example for today's lesson. We need to think of a couple of other things. Are there any extra fees that are going to be added on? So sometimes some credit cards will charge a monthly fee for having that account, which we need to consider. Sometimes there would be an additional fee, which is some percentage of the amount that you borrowed or the cash advance amount. Sometimes there might be other fees there as well. So we need to factor in all these things when we look at examples before we leap forward and begin. Do be aware as well, we're going to have to convert that annual interest rate into a daily interest rate. So let's do this first example here. Calculate the total amount due on an ATM cash withdrawal of $400 using a credit card. Okay, so not a debit or a savings card, using a credit card, if the full amount is repaid after 15 days. The annual percentage rate, APR, for cash for the card is 21.5%, and there is a fee of 1.5% of the cash advance amount. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to find out how much that fee is. I'm going to get all those additional fees out of the way first. So the fee, we're told, is 1.5% of the cash advance amount. The cash advance amount is just the amount that you borrowed. So 1.5 as a decimal, we divide 1.5 by 100, we get 0.015. And we're going to multiply that by the cash advance amount, that is 400. So when we put that in our calculator, 0.015 times 400, which just gives us $6. That's how much that cash advance fee is for this instance. Now, the next thing we need to find is that daily interest rate. So we're going to have to divide the number of the APR, which is 21.5%, by 365. So daily interest rate is going to be 0.215 divided by 365, which equals, let's put that in our calculator, 0.215 divided by 365 gives us this really small decimal that looks like a really small rate, but because it's compounding daily, it's actually more than you might think. We're just going to leave our ... there. Remember, just leave it in your calculator for now. Okay, so to find how much is due, the total amount due, we're going to use our compound interest formula, and we're going to add on any additional fees that we have calculated. So compound interest formula, we're just going to use the present value plus 1 on R plus our fees. Okay, so in this instance, our present value is 400. Our daily rate is this amount that we've included here, 0.000589. And the number of days is 15. And we're going to add on our fees here. So this extra fee is just $6. So when we put that in our calculator, we get 401 plus. Oh, I shouldn't have cleared my screen. We'll just put that in. It was very close to that. 15 plus 6. And this gives us an amount here. So round off to the nearest cent always when we're dealing with money. It's going to be $409.55. That is the amount due after all is included. So we have to pay an extra $9.55 than the amount we borrowed. Okay, so have a go at those examples there that are listed on the lesson plan, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.